Have you ever wondered why you can take zinc for months and still wake up feeling off, sluggish, and not as confident as you used to be, especially at night? Here's the myth. It's not always a low testosterone problem. For many men over 50, the real root is poor nighttime circulation and stressed blood vessels, which quietly reduce blood flow and performance. In this video, I'll show you the one overlooked nut that supports healthier blood flow while you sleep and how to use it the right way. I'm Dr. Barbara O'Neill, a men's health physician with 40 years of clinical experience. Tell me where you're watching from and gently tap like and subscribe. If you're a man over 50, let me ask you a private question most men won't say out loud. Have you ever stood in the vitamin aisle, picked up zinc and thought, maybe this is what I'm missing? You're not alone. Zinc has become the go-to performance mineral, and yes, your body needs it. But here's the gentle myth break. For many men, zinc isn't the missing key. The real issue is often blood flow, specifically how well your blood vessels relax and deliver circulation when your body is supposed to recover at night. In my clinic, I've met confident, hardworking men in their 60s who take zinc faithfully and still feel that quiet frustration. Why am I not getting the response I used to? And what I see again and again is this: minerals can't do their job if the blood vessel lining is irritated, inflamed, or stressed. Think of your arteries like soft garden hoses. If the inner lining is stiff and cranky, you can pour in nutrients all day long, but the hose still won't open smoothly when you need it to. That lining, your endothelium, is where healthy circulation begins, including support for erectile function and overall performance. Here's a simple bedtime check-in. I want you to try tonight. 2 hours after dinner, sit quietly for 30 seconds and notice 3 things. Are your hands and feet warm or cold? Is your mind calm or alert? And is your breathing slow or shallow? Cold extremities, a buzzing mind, and shallow breathing are often signs your nervous system is stuck in fight or flight, which tightens blood vessels and reduces nighttime circulation. And in a moment, I'll show you what commonly blocks blood flow after dinner, because once you see that, the nut choice will make perfect sense. At night, your body is supposed to flip a very specific switch. I call it your nighttime blood flow switch. And it's one of the biggest reasons some men wake up feeling restored while others wake up heavy, puffy, and disappointed that their performance still feels unpredictable. When you fall asleep, a healthy blood vessel lining, the endothelium, releases a natural signal that tells your arteries, relax, open, let circulation move. That signal is often supported by nitric oxide. Don't let the name sound complicated. Think of nitric oxide as a gentle text message from your blood vessels that says it's safe to soften. Now here's the part most men don't connect emotionally. When your body doesn't feel safe because stress is high, blood sugar is swinging, or you eat too late, your nervous system stays on guard. And when you're on guard, blood vessels tighten. That doesn't just affect your heart, it affects confidence, stamina, and that sense of ease you want in your body as a man over 50. You can't force relaxation. You create the conditions for it. So here's the practical habit I want you to use. The 2-hour window. Finish your last real food, your last snack included, at least 2 hours before you plan to sleep. This gives your insulin time to settle, your digestion time to calm, and your blood vessels time to shift from handling a meal to repairing the system. If you need something, keep it simple. Water or a small calming drink, not a full mini meal. Because here's the surprise. One common healthy snack many men eat at night can sabotage this blood flow switch, spike the system, and quietly shrink circulation unless you replace it with the right one. Now let's talk about the nut I want you to remember, because it supports that nighttime vessel relaxation switch in a very practical way: pistachios. And I know what you might be thinking, Doctor, it's just a snack. But pistachios are different from many nuts because they naturally contain compounds that support healthier blood vessels, including arginine, which your body can use to support nitric oxide production, along with potassium and antioxidant plant nutrients that help calm the vessel lining. Here's why that matters for you, especially if you're over 60. When circulation is smoother, oxygen delivery improves. That can show up as less morning stiffness, steadier energy, warmer hands and feet, and yes, better support for erectile function and performance. I've had men tell me, "I didn't realize how tense my body felt until it started to loosen." That's what we're aiming for, not forcing anything, but helping your body shift into repair mode while you sleep. But digestion matters too. A lot of men try nuts and feel heavy, bloated, or get reflux. So the simplest method is this: choose plain, unsweetened pistachios, ideally not coated in sugar or heavy seasoning, and keep the portion modest. Think of it as a small handful, not a bowl in front of the television. If chewing is an issue, you can chop them and sprinkle them over a few spoonfuls of unsweetened yogurt earlier in the evening, or have them with warm water so they sit easier. And here's the key: pistachios work best when they support the night, not when they interrupt it, because the timing matters more than the amount, and most men do it backward. Let me help you use pistachios in a way that supports blood flow without creating new problems, because I've seen men do this with the best intentions, and then they tell me, "Doctor, I gained weight," or "I had heartburn," or "My sleep got worse." And that's not because pistachios are bad. It's usually because of timing, portion, and what they're paired with. First, the honest worry I hear all the time from men over 50 is this: am I just getting older, or is something actually fixable? I want you to hear me clearly. Aging is real, but so is improvement. Your blood vessels respond to signals, your nervous system responds to rhythm, and small changes done consistently can bring back that feeling of steadiness and confidence in your body. Here's the foolproof portion rule: one small handful, and I mean small, about what fits in your closed palm, not two handfuls, not a few more while you're watching TV. Pistachios are nutrient-dense, but calories add up quietly, especially at night when your body is trying to settle. Now, the pairing tip that keeps sleep deep: avoid mixing pistachios with sweet foods or dried fruit at night. That combination can spike blood sugar, raise insulin, and keep your body in processing mode. If you want a pairing, keep it calming and simple: plain pistachios with water, or a few spoonfuls of unsweetened yogurt earlier in the evening, at least 2 hours before bed. And one more thing: if you're on common medications, there's a safety step you must know before you start. Now let's talk safety, because improving circulation is a wonderful goal, but you want to do it wisely, especially if you're over 60 and taking common medications. Pistachios themselves are simply a food, and for most people they're very safe. The question is not, are pistachios dangerous? The real question is, if my circulation and blood pressure start responding, do I need to pay attention to how my body feels? If you're on blood pressure medication and you begin eating pistachios consistently while also cleaning up your late night eating, your numbers can shift. Sometimes that's a good thing. But if you notice lightheadedness when you stand up, unusual fatigue, or headaches that feel different, that's a signal to check your blood pressure and talk with your doctor about adjustments. If you take nitrates for chest pain, you should be especially careful with anything that strongly boosts nitric oxide pathways. Food-based support is usually gentle, but your situation deserves a quick medical check-in before you make changes. If you're on blood thinners, the main issue isn't pistachios directly. It's that improved blood vessel function and changes in diet can alter how you feel and how your system responds. Watch for easy bruising, nosebleeds, or bleeding gums, and keep your doctor in the loop if anything changes. And if you have diabetes or pre-diabetes, the key is avoiding nighttime blood sugar spikes. Pistachios can actually be a smart choice compared to sweet snacks, but portion size matters. Here's my start low protocol: Begin with half a small handful, 3 to 4 nights a week, and listen to your body for 7 days. Then adjust gently. Because there's also a morning habit that multiplies the nighttime benefit without exercise. Let me give you a simple 7-night routine that makes this noticeable, because the nut helps, yes, but the real power comes from stacking the right signals so your body finally feels safe enough to relax. And I mean safe in a real, physical way. Confidence isn't only about willpower. It's about calm nerves, stable blood sugar, and blood vessels that can soften when the lights go out. Night 1, you do just one thing. Set your 2-hour window. Whatever time you want to sleep, count back 2 hours and make that your kitchen closed time. Nights 2 and 3, add pistachios the right way. A small handful, plain, no sugar coatings, and not right before bed. Put them earlier inside that window so digestion doesn't compete with deep sleep. Nights 4 and 5, add a nervous system signal. 10 slow breaths before you get into bed with a long, easy exhale. This tells your body, we're not in a rush. When your stress hormones drop, your blood vessels stop gripping. Then, keep the room cooler and darker than you think you need. Cooler sleep supports deeper rest, and deep rest is where repair happens. Nights 6 and 7, tighten the one habit that protects blood flow the most. Avoid late sweet snacks, even the ones labeled healthy. If you truly need something, make it water or a calming warm drink, not sugar. And every morning, do one simple check. Are your hands warmer? Is your energy steadier? Is your body less stiff? Those are signs your vessel lining is responding. In the outro, I'll tell you the biggest mistake men make that causes them to quit right before it starts working. Your body isn't broken, it's communicating, and even if you're over 60, circulation can improve when you give your blood vessels the right signals night after night. Remember, plain pistachios, a small handful, inside that 2-hour window, and be smart if you're on blood pressure meds, nitrates, blood thinners, or managing diabetes. Now tell me your age and your biggest goal: better sleep, better stamina, better performance. And if this helped, like, subscribe, and share it with a friend who needs hope. Your best years aren't behind you. They're built one night at a time.